Snatch Game!
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the beginning of the episode, we are going to be talking about my run on Drag Race for Your Nerve and the Snatch Game. Before I get into that, just real quick, on episode 2, week 2 for Supernatural Couture with the succubus look, I ended up getting a perfect score and winning that challenge as well. So that was a second victory for me. So that was pretty cool. That was my second challenge win. Going into the Snatch Game, I actually had immunity, so, no matter what I did, I couldn't be kicked off, but I did try to do the best that I could. I ended up choosing to go with, you probably cannot tell because this is a really basic makeup look, but I ended up going with Ina Garten from the Food Network. And she has a pretty, iconic look as far as the clothes that she wears, and she doesn't really wear a lot of makeup, and she's got a pretty kind of, general look. She's just sort of like this wealthy white lady from the Hamptons. And she, she's a big lady. She's kind of got that double chin look, so I was practicing my faces there. Getting in character a little bit. She doesn't have a big face or anything, and that might have worked against me. We'll find out how we did, in the next episode. But, I'm just kind of doing a basic face here for Ina. But I really like her show. Barefoot Contessa is really great. There's sort of a lot of jokes about her husband Jeffrey possibly being gay, and she's possibly his beard. I don't necessarily believe that that's true, and even if it is, if they're happily married and it works for them, then it works for them. Nobody can talk crap about other people's lives unless you've walked in someone's shoes, unless you've lived their life. So, but I thought that I would do kind of like a tongue-in-cheek version of that, where it's just like this open secret that Jeffrey's, off getting it on with dudes all week, and then he comes home to, my delicious cooking on the weekends. So that was sort of that was the slant I took on the character. And I had a lot of fun with it. It was really difficult, to have time also. I was losing my primer there. It was really difficult, to find time this week not this week, but the week that the challenge was going on. It was really difficult that week that the challenge was going on to find time to actually do the makeup and record. So this was kind of a rush job, both the makeup transformation and the actual Snatch Game recording, which you will see in the next episode. Because my kid was sleeping, and she's really young, and at this point she was even younger than she is now, obviously, because this was several months ago, and in baby time, that's, it seems like years. So I only had a limited amount of time to get all of the recording done, so I did kind of a sloppy job. You can see those are the worst brows in America, the worst brows you've ever seen, but Ina also kind of has unkempt brows, so I was trying to match her look, as best as I could. So anyway, I've gotten off track what I was saying. Oh, so I didn't have a lot of time, so it was kind of a rush job. I'm not saying that I was dependent upon the fact that I had immunity, but that definitely was in the back of my mind, okay, so I do have this little bit of leeway, but I didn't want the judges or anybody to think that I was just slacking. This was a conscious choice to do Ina. She is probably not the biggest character on Earth, and I probably could have done more with it, but again, I wasn't disappointed with the job that I did, and I certainly was not trying to just fall back on my immunity and being comfortable. So here I'm doing Ina's kind of signature, just nudie pink lip with a little bit of gloss on top. And then we will get the full transition here in a minute. Now for the hair portion, I used my own ridiculously long, insane hair, and I just sort of pinned it up like a bob. I kind of was going to try to do her bangs, but as you can see, my ends were, and still are, completely fried. So I ended up trying to do this little hair tuck thing that actually used to kind of be one of my little signature looks back in the day. During that whole scene hair era when everybody had the big bangs. So here I am trying to fiddle with it 1,000 times, and I finally get it to where I'm okay with it eventually. You can see we get there. And so in the back is just sort of pinned up with a clip. And then I change into the pop collar button down that Ina always wears on her show. And just tried to get into character a little bit. So yeah, stay tuned next week for the actual videos of me doing the Snatch Game. Thanks, guys.